Goddamn.
Why are you so zoomed? Okay, there we go. Okay. You're looking like Braun Strowman for a minute. Okay. Um all right. Hello, everybody, man. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today on this edition of NHP Unscripted, man. This is episode 262 of Unscripted. As thank you guys, as always, for joining us for yet again another edition of Unscripted. On this episode of Unscripted, we actually do not have any AEW to talk about today, man. So there is no Dynamite to be talking about today, obviously. If you guys wanted to figure out our thoughts on the current state of AEW and whatnot, pretty much everything was discussed on the Forbidden Door post show. So we will not be talking about AEW Dynamite tonight. The only thing that was even really worth talking about, again, we kind of covered on Sunday, which was Luchasaurus coming back, and Jack Perry possibly being the one to have revived his old pet dinosaur. But
Thinking of
um,
that.
uh-huh.
Yeah, apparently they're doing BT again, and
Really?
Jack Perry tried to call them on BT and they ignored him. So I think they're setting all that up.
I didn't even know they were doing Being the Elite again. That's
Yeah, I think
crazy.
they just started it back up. Good for them.
Yeah, that's it's. I'll definitely take Being the Elite over Being the Dark Order, which was
Is that group even existing now?
that's a great fucking observation. When is the fucking last man? When is the
I have
last
no
time?
clue.
The last time I could think of us seeing the Death Rider or the Dark Order was when they were feuding with the Death Riders, like early in the Death Riders
Yeah,
run.
yeah, dude. Who knows if they exist? They probably still do. Technically, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, if there's any God bless your soul, but if there's any Ring of Honor heads out there, I would love to
Oh,
hear. Is the Dark Order still a fucking thing? Um hmm, I wonder.
hmm.
Wow, that's so crazy. I haven't man, wow, the Dark Order. That's I what when I tell you damn, when I tell you they were completely erased from my mind, I shit you not. This is the first time genuinely that I've thought about them since probably like literally the last time we've seen them on television. It's been so long since we've seen the Dark Order. The Death Riders were cool the last time they were on television. Think
Yep,
about
they
that.
were cool. It's crazy, man. Now they're just aura farming, man, and it's greatly horrible.
I was thinking about that, man, yesterday. Remember when the
Hmm.
Death Riders were cool? Like remember
They were
when
genuinely cool.
like, dude, legit, bro. Like when John Moxley came back and he was using his New Japan music, and there was just like an eeriness to him because nobody knew what the fuck he was gonna do, but he just talked about, something big is gonna happen or whatever, and then they started like suffocating Brian Danielson and shit. That was like, man, that was
That
fucking
was sick.
cool. That was cool,
That was
man.
sick as hell. What happened, man?
I
What
don't
happened?
fucking know. Tony Khan happened, and then they were like, I remember Wrestle Dream, bro, when they put the
Oh,
championship in the duffel bag. Oh man, that was fucking
yep, it was
great.
dope.
They
It was so
fucking
cool, dude.
that was the beginning to Claudio Aura farming in that truck, man. What a time, what a time, bro. But other than that, there is no AEW for us to talk about today. We're gonna talk about SmackDown in Ireland. It was SmackDown, and then Monday Night Raw in Birmingham, England. Uh, that was that show.
As well.
It was
Oof.
it was raw. It was like it was honestly like your Monday Night Raws from earlier this year. They were in where was that? They were in Brussels, Belgium. They were in London, and then they were in Glasgow, Scotland. And they were shows that were honestly carried by the audience. They were carried by the audience, and they were carried by John Cena and Cody Rhodes promos. So
Yep.
that was that was that, man. It was largely carried by well, these episodes of Monday Night Raw, they were carried by uh man, I don't even know.
Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns had good stuff, I guess, and that was
Bailey was good. Um, Rhea and Io is getting real interesting.
yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, yeah, and then everything else on the fucking show happened. There was a New Day match, unfortunately.
Oh god.
So, yeah, that was rough. Yeah, I was watching one of those live.
Uh, you know, as you guys know, nowadays, typically I have to watch the Raw on replay. Um, but I actually got to catch the show live, and I will say, sitting through a New Day segment is oh my god, you got to be quite the special human being to sit through some bullshit like that. That was some next level dog shit, man. I can't even describe it, bro. But without any further ado, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining us here today for episode 262 of Unscripted. And like I said, man, if you guys do not know how the show works, this is your first time watching. Every Tuesday, we are live at 12 p.m. Central with NHP Unscripted, and every Friday at 3 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news and for the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW. We are live directly after the show goes off the air with the official post-show review. If you guys did miss no, not yesterday. It's not Monday anymore. If you guys did miss Sunday's episode of the Forbidden Door 2025 post show, you guys can now watch that on all platforms, as well as Friday's episode of the news as well. You guys can watch both of those on all platforms. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live on YouTube, man. But if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, where you can get this beautiful piece of NHP merchandise live on the merch shop as we speak, man. So, with that being said, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show, and as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. Sir K, please do us all a favor and let us know what you're smiling about today.
Well, can't answer that, but overall, I'm doing good. Just been chilling, man. Just been chilling. Stuff's moving along very nicely, and just been chilling, man. Had what pay-per-view? Forbidden Door weekend has come and it's gone. It was a good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it overall, and I'm very interested for Clash, man. I think there's some matches they should have put on Clash after watching Monday Night Raw, but other than that, I am excited for Clash, man. I'm doing good. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing watching the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
Uh, not not too bad, man. Not too bad, man. Honestly, trying to recover from the weekend, man. Trying to recover from the weekend. Got a big weekend coming up. Got some family business to take care of, and then Clash in Paris, man. So I'm very excited for that. Very excited for that. So big weekend coming up. Coming out of a pretty big slash annoying weekend. So, um, yeah, but excited for this weekend, bro. Excited for this weekend. Happy to leave last weekend in the past. But I'll
Most
say
definitely.
yes, I will. Forbidden Door AEW was actually the best part of the weekend. So what do you fucking know, man? But regardless, yeah, I am. Other than that, man, I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. Yeah, I think that. Okay. So I have started season 2
Oh,
of Twisted Metal. I am
hey,
about five. I want to say 5 or 6 episodes in. The episode I'm at, they just started the tournament. So, my recap so far. You guys gotta watch that shit, man. That shit is too fucking good. It really is. It has absolutely no business being that good. I could say that, bro. It is ridiculously good. And the story that they created is again, it genuinely has absolutely no business being that good. Samoa Joe, um, as Sweet Tooth, that man kills me, bro. He genuinely does. He's another one, has absolutely no business being that good. He is a he plays a phenomenal fucking sweet tooth, man. And the two main characters, Anthony Mackie, Stephanie Beatrice, bro. No complaints, no complaints. Same as last season, just goated stuff, goated stuff. That show is, it's very unfiltered, and it is just it is, it can be downright hilarious, but they also know when to they also know when to be like serious. Like it's not all just like comedy stuff. It is just, it's the perfect mix, bro. It's been great, man. It's been great. I am dying to watch another episode, but we'll see where we'll see where the next couple days take me, man. I probably won't be able to, but we'll see. But yeah, bro, pretty good, pretty good. So if you guys are interested in Twisted Metal, fire, bro, absolutely fire. I really hope. I mean, we'll see how the second season ends. But if it ends in a way where they can set up a third season, man, they got to, bro. They got to get renewed. So hopefully, I think they will. If they got renewed for a second season, I think they should be fine. Um,
Oh, sure.
but we'll see, bro. We'll see. So without any further ado, we got SmackDown in Ireland. This took place from Dublin. Um, you know, to be honest, to be honest, they they gotta do something with, they gotta do something, man. Cody's not on the show because he's filming, which it makes me wonder, are him and Roman gonna not interact on this little like um
Whatever.
on this what is it, a Street Fighter movie? Like, are they not gonna interact at all in the movie? Because he plays a character, he's filming his character, and then Roman, on the other hand, he's not gone. He's leaving after Clash in Paris. So it makes me wonder, maybe they're gonna have like a couple days like of a overlap, or either that, or they might just, if they do see each other in the movie, they're probably just, it's probably just gonna be edited. But
I was
very
gonna
interesting.
say. Yeah, that's what I assumed because that's how like even actors that do Marvel movies say a lot of like times like so half the time they don't even see the other actors because everyone does their thing separately, and they all just get like put in next to each other. So I wouldn't doubt it. I feel like I am completely a dummy to Street Fighter, but I'm sure you'll have to CGI the shit out of most of it. So that's what I was expecting.
For sure. For sure. Um so yeah. So Cody is still gone. Drew McIntyre's having to build this feud by himself, but he got RKO'd by Randy Orton, so I don't know if like that's still a thing. Then on the other hand, you just have your, you know, your tag team division doing tag team stuff. The Wyatts are still creeping up on people in the backstage area. Um, uh, Damian Priest and Aleister Black is still going on. Um, I don't think we've seen Jacob Fatu since SummerSlam, so
Dude,
I, I, um, I hope he's okay. Maybe he just wanted some time off, but I will say, in the wake of his absence, holy fuck, this show, man, this show,
oof,
this show, they
it's
definitely.
rough.
They definitely need somebody like Jacob Fatu. So hopefully he's okay. And it has been it's been a little rough without him. I cannot lie, bro.
Telling you, man, they like like I'm glad actually LA Knight is on Raw, but you could tell the LA Knight absence on SmackDown. You could tell the Jacob Fatu absence,
Mhm.
the Cody absence. They got some big stars not on that show, man. And I hope whenever the fuck they do this draft, they can evenly balance these shows out more because SmackDown desperately needs it.
Yes, yes, they do. Yeah, very much so. SmackDown needs it. Raw needs it. Both shows need it ridiculously. ridiculously bad, and why you continue to hold off on it, I have absolutely no idea. But that's what they are choosing to do, man. So they are choosing to move forward with McIntyre and Orton and the MFTs on SmackDown and whatever the fuck they got going on, man. But it's a rough watch, okay? Unless John Cena at this point, unless John Cena's on the show, so you can have something good to look forward to, um, then which again he's not there every week, so um 9 times out of 10 with SmackDown, you are in for a bad viewing experience. But yeah, they gotta do something on the show, man. I mean, it is too bad how he can just continue to go along with this, man. I have absolutely no idea, but I'll tell you, man, the WWE draft cannot come soon enough because it is just, man, it is fucking abysmal. It is abysmal the way they have kept these rosters for uh the draft after Mania 40. So
Oh,
over a year ago.
very, very rough. And another thing that doesn't help SmackDown's case, especially when they go overseas, is for your American audience and your American audience only, SmackDown is still at that 7 o'clock time slot,
Yep.
replayed. So all day, once it starts at like what is it, usually 2 or 3,
Mhm.
you by the time SmackDown for us airs, you know everything that's about to happen on that show, dude. I don't know why they just don't air it live on the USA Network, dude. It's so it's one of the killers for SmackDown when they do these things because it's pointless to watch the show at that point. Oh, I just saw on Twitter what Aleister Black did. I just saw what Randy Orton did to Drew McIntyre. Oh, why would I watch the show? They gotta fix that type of shit, man.
Yes, they do. It is yeah, especially with what they do with Monday Night Raw, how they air it live and there's no hard obligation to a time slot like there is on cable television. I was talking about it the other week on the news, but like it really makes you wonder, like, does WWE really regret signing SmackDown to that long of a deal on
Oh yeah.
on like to on cable television still, because they have these hard time slots they got to meet, and out of everything that happens with SmackDown, that is one thing that just makes it even worse is, like you said, things getting spoiled and these international SmackDown shows not being as fun as the Monday Night Raw ones, man. So it's definitely something that I really think that they should look into and fix sooner rather than later, bro. But on the show, we got a Becky Lynch homecoming. So Becky returned back to Ireland. I don't think they've ever done TV over in Ireland, like since Becky's been big.
I
So
don't think so. Nothing, no like actual like modern live UK
yeah,
weekly television. I don't think so. Because I remember they used to always do those tours, but I think those were technically always taped.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think this might be like the first live like show that she was able to do.
Well, she came out there.
Well, taped, but
Yeah, and she came out. Oh, Manager Logan is here. What's going on, man?
what's up, man? How you doing?
He says SmackDown is atrocious. He also wants to warn us because there's a Windows 11 update that could possibly brick your PC. So be careful.
Well, well, good thing I'm still on Windows 10, bro. Thank God. I don't want to switch over to Windows 11. Side note, random computer side note. Oh, I'm dreading having to go over to Windows 11, dude. I'm dreading that shit. So I'm still on 10 personally. I wish I could go back to 7. That was a goated era of my childhood.
Damn. I am I think I'm on 11. I'm on 11, right?
You are.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
am
are
on
on
11.
11.
Got it. Be careful, I guess. I mean, I don't really mind I don't really mind Windows 11. But be be mindful, guys. Be mindful.
Please be careful.
So, yes, Becky, she told the crowd she was disappointed with all of them, and yeah, just kind of buried the crowd, and then that ended up turning into, I want to say it was like Nia Jax and Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. So it was that, I guess. Cool to see Becky in Ireland playing up, her character. Um I would have liked personally if she was like a baby face over there, but I'm I mean, I do also respect. I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle. She was
Yeah,
I respect her keeping up with the heel character or whatever. I always just like that kind of thing though, like when, like the Bret in Canada or the Punk in Chicago type of deal where they're heel everywhere else, but when they go home it's like it's their homecoming, right?
exactly.
It's them playing a home game, right? So I would have liked it, but I also Becky's been so great in her heel character. I didn't I didn't necessarily have a problem at all with what she did. Um with what she did character wise to the crowd.
Most definitely, most definitely. I don't mind it. I love her heel character anyway, like you said. But great heel character. I just do also love when heels can, kind of maybe face it up a little bit in their hometown. I think it's always super sick when they get to do that. But either way, she's a great fucking heel, man. So it worked no matter what.
Yeah, or like one of the things like speaking on AEW, one of the things I always love like is when they go to Long Island because we get to see a different side of MJF because he's babyface.
He's happy to
So
be there.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. He enjoys being there. He like puts over his people over there. It's cool. I always dig it.
yeah, they cheer him back, so it's usually just a nice atmosphere change. So with that, we have a John Cena promo, which, ladies and gentlemen, we are one merch drop away from the Chicago gear. They have released the Lyon gear for Friday, and they have released the Paris gear for Sunday. So if you guys are messing with the John Cena farewell tour, they did. It is up now. I believe it dropped yesterday, but they got the Lyon gear, which is white, um, and then the Clash in Paris gear, which is black. I will say I liked them. I just don't understand why the Clash in Paris gear, the black one, I don't know why they did not have the Eiffel Tower somewhere on it. I didn't understand that at all. I was expecting that one to have the Eiffel Tower on it. I was also expecting it to either be red or blue. I definitely didn't expect black.
Yeah, I thought it would be like one of those main colors. And no Eiffel Tower is kind of weird. I do love the black shirts by Cena.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that we would get that one for that show, man. So good shirt, but not what I thought we were gonna get either.
Yeah, not at all. As for the Leon one, I thought that one was kind of ugly, to be honest. That one was it was like I think it was like a ringer shirt. But yeah, that one, I it eh. I also am just seeing John Cena in white gear is just
Oh,
it's just is not it. You know, it, like John Cena, like growing up, like I guess you can say like the you can make the Fruity Pebble references. Like he's supposed to have colors, and
oh,
like black is like a shade color that I don't mind him in, but like but white just does not do it. That's why I was if you're like a Lakers fan, I feel very sorry for you because the Lakers shirt that they came out with, it ended up being white, and he wore that sometime in the summer. Why was that not purple or yellow? Like, why? Why would you make a Lakers shirt that a Lakers theme shirt and have the shirt be fucking white? And I don't even think he's worn yellow at all this year. So I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they didn't do that, but we are one merch drop away. It should probably come out next Monday. If they're doing things how they've been doing them, where they used to drop, which is kind of also crazy. They used to drop like 2 weeks before, or like a week and a half before. They're dropping the shit on Monday, and it is for Friday
Oh
and
yeah,
Sunday. So I don't know what's up with that, but we do not have the Chicago stuff yet. But it is one merch drop away. Um, please, just please be Bulls themed. Please be Bulls themed. I beg of you.
I need that red. I need that cursive black lettering, and I
Yeah,
need a
bro.
23 somewhere on that motherfucker, dude. Um, please. And it's never gonna happen. Even though I said it, I'm gonna disappoint myself, dude. The last dance is now. Come on, bro, that's heat. But
Yeah,
either
it's pretty
way,
fire.
just please be Bull Stings. As long as it's on a white shirt. My bottom two options are white shirt and Bulls, and not Bulls, Bears theme. Those are my bottom two options. I would prefer Bulls, but anything in the middle, Sox, Cubs, fucking Blackhawks, I'll take any of it as long as it's not the bottom two options for me.
No, for sure. It's just it has to be the Bulls, bro. It has to be.
You gotta do Bulls.
Yeah, like do the Bulls and don't do white. It has to be like a red shirt
Yeah.
or even like a black shirt. Um, please, for the love of God. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. John Cena, what they actually said in this promo, he's been around for 23 years. If you don't do that little Jordan 23, the Bulls 23 font, you know, with and have it say 23
Years
years
later.
on there somewhere, um Mike is the goat. John is the goat. It makes so much sense. Do not, please, for the love of God, do not do anything other than the Bulls. I'm not even. I I don't want a Bears themed. I'm not. Although I wouldn't be too upset. I'm not really messing with the Cubs themed. If you're gonna do anything, Blackhawks, Sox, but at the top of the list, it has to be Bulls, bro. It has to be Bulls.
It just makes all the sense to do Bulls. I would say Bulls is the most iconic Chicago sports team. I
Yeah,
would say personally.
me too.
So it's like I mean it had one of, if not tied for the biggest basketball player of all time on it, and 23, the cursive letter, the red. You know what it is, bro. You gotta do Bulls.
Yes. And again, although I do love the last time is now, the last dance is now would be pretty fire. That would be pretty fire.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Imagine because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in the same thing I got that punk one in, and I just got two shelves that I'm gonna lean the one up against, and whatever the Cena one is, I'm gonna lean it up against that other shelf. Dude, they would complement each other so well, dude.
Ooh,
Come on,
yeah, that would be pretty nuts,
come on,
bro.
bro.
That would be pretty nuts. But yeah, it's gotta be, bro. It has to be. But even if it is Bulls, my only concern is them doing a white shirt, which we just got a white shirt for Leon. So I want to go ahead and say I think we're maybe in
I
the
think we might be
clear.
good
So
as long as it's black or red, dude. Give me one of those two, and I'll take it.
yeah, yeah, I would think I would even take like a like Chicago baby blue type of shirt.
I would do
Um,
that too.
I
Yeah,
I
that would
would
be cool. Like a more Chicago flag themed, I'd be cool with.
yeah, that would even be cool. Just I'm just a little bit scared. Again, the only thing that maybe eases me a little bit is we just got a white shirt for Leon. That would probably be the only thing, but I am a bit scared because the Chicago flag is white. One of the Bulls colors is white. Black, white, and red. So it does scare me a little bit that it is going to be a white shirt, but I hope not, but we will see, man. We will see. However, John Cena comes out for his the last time is now tour in Ireland. He had Mark Nash do his intro, and you could visibly see him getting choked up during the intro. It was fuck me, man. It is God.
Dude,
Oh God.
December, that's gonna be a rough day, dude. That December 13th, that's gonna be mate. That's gonna go down as the roughest Saturday of the year.
Bro,
Oh, it's gonna be rough, dude.
so, so say a prayer for me on that day, please. Please. I'm gonna. Oh God, I already know, man. That Saturday night's main event review is going to be
Oh, it's gonna be.
yikes. That is yikes. But yes, he was doing his introduction, um, that being Mark Nash, and he's running through the whole thing. He's calling the never seen 17, the last real champion, the greatest of all time, all this shit, and you could literally see John Cena getting choked up, and I was just all I could fucking think about was that last match because I'm like, oh Jesus, I'm like this is sad now. This is sad now. I can't say a prayer for me on September 5th, Jesus, because
Oh,
I that is just forget
we,
about the last match, bro. I mean, what is going on? But John Cena's out there and he gets interrupted by Logan Paul. Um Logan Paul comes out there, if I got to say anything about Logan is for somebody who hasn't been in the business that long, there's a lot of people, and I think we just heard this kind of story with Charlotte, how like if fans are booing her, it rattles her. You know what I mean? To the point where like
yeah,
she don't even know what to say. For somebody who's only been in the business for 3 fucking years, he is very
yeah.
good at like taking that and like using it in his promo. And then if I could say one thing about Logan Paul, man, other than obviously you hear WWE say it all the time, but like him being a standout athlete or a great athlete or whatever, um, he is ridiculously good at sounding like just a complete and utter whiner on the mic, and just again like using the audience booing him into his promo very 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 well, man. So I got to give him props for that. And um yeah, I thought, like I said, man, I thought for the most part, like I said, with just the way he's able to, because the crowd kept chanting at him, like, who are you? And the way he was like stomping on the mat, I mean, he literally looked like he was having a temper tantrum in the ring. And again, it didn't come off like it rattled him at all, man. So he's in there doing his shtick about, how he's risking his life every pay-per-view, and here John Cena is showing up when he wants, and yet the people praise him, and they still look at Logan as an outsider. Um, he talked about how he risks his life, yet John Cena, he shows up when he wants, and he only does 5 moves for the past 23 years, and the people praise John Cena. When Cena got on the mic, it was it was really fucking good, man. I don't know what people were talking about. A lot of people were saying this was the best promo Cena's done in the farewell tour. I wouldn't say that. It was really fucking good. I wouldn't really say it was the best thing he did on the farewell tour. I think if you're looking at like from a promo standpoint, I know John didn't like the promo, but the promo in Brussels, Belgium is one that stands out to me. And then
Yeah.
probably the best one we've seen, in my opinion, was what people call the reverse pipe bomb. I thought that was fucking great. I thought that was real. Again, the crowd when they were in Detroit that night, and CM Punk snapped through the Slim Jim table. when John Cena was cutting that promo, he the crowd in the beginning of that promo was booing him, and by the end of it, there was legitimately a fucking standing ovation from the audience. Um, so that
Oh yeah,
was so that was really great, man. But I mean, this was one of the better ones that he's done. I can say that. But I don't know about the best. Again, I would probably give it to the Punk one, um
I would say.
but it was very good nonetheless. He talked about how the audience, welcomed Logan Paul in, and all he uses WWE for is his next brand opportunity. He then went over by the Prime hydration station and he tipped it over, and all the Prime fell everywhere. And he talked about how all Logan Paul thinks about is what can the business give me, rather than what can he do to help the business. So he pointed out the fact that a lot of people think that John Cena is wasting his time on Logan Paul. He talked about how a lot of people feel that there are more deserving superstars that should be a part of the farewell tour. People like Dom Mysterio, AJ Styles, the Usos, Jacob Fatu. And yet
Don't
here
tease
I
me with
am,
something.
wasting my time on you. The crowd broke out in a fucking AJ Styles chant. Hello?
Dude, come on, like, bro. Like, I like how those are all obviously people Cena would rather face. I'm
That
sure that's
was
from his personal collection. Um, but man, dude, come on, bro. We just at the very least, bro. You gotta do AJ. Do it on SmackDown. Fuck it, dude. If Brock, because I think we got stuff on Friday about like conflicting schedules with
yep.
Brock and Cena. Um, Dog, if AJ Styles is available September 5th, and we will see John Cena, fuck it, just do a shoot match, right? Not shoot match. What am I talking about?
Oh my
Do
god.
a just spur of the moment match right there, dude, on television. Something, bro. You gotta give us something.
Yeah, he mentioned I think Rollins was another one he mentioned.
I
Um
think he was.
for you know, part of the more deserving people that he was going to face, but dude, I will I will say right now, and again, I'll save the brunt of it for Friday, man, when we actually go over what was
Mhm.
said. But if you have 4 months and you do not give us a fucking AJ Styles match in that 4 months, you are you are fucking up so royally. I can't even. I mean, man, you are fucking up so royally. I can't even. I can't even fathom that, bro. The crowd in Dublin, out of all the names that Cena mentioned, they could have broke out in a Jacob Fatu chant. They could have broke out in a Dominic Mysterio chant. They broke out in an AJ Styles chant. Triple H, for the opponents that you've chosen for John Cena's farewell tour, you have absolutely showed me that you had absolutely no plan, and whatever your idea was, that you had 6 months to plan for, because he gave us 6 months notice from Money in the Bank 2024 to the start of 2025. You have absolutely showed me your creative process for John Cena this year is absolutely idiotic with some of the opponents that you've chosen for him, because there's been some good ones in there, right? Obviously, he did his last Rumble, he did his last Chamber, right? Fine. Then we go into Cody, you know, I know what happened at
Fine.
Mania was Mania, but it was Cody, right? I mean, like, Cody's a good opponent for John Cena, right? After that, Randy Orton. All right, it's Randy Orton. Jay Uso and Logan Paul. Jay Uso and Logan Paul was what you had next in mind. R-Truth. Which again, like R-Truth isn't necessarily the most, I mean, that's not it's not the most horrible opponent, but dude, we only have so many dates, and you're choosing an R-Truth match over a match with somebody like AJ Styles or LA Knight or Jacob Fatu. And then we go to the stuff with CM Punk, which, you know, it was good, but their match had Vision shenanigans all over it. It's like, this are you fucking stupid? This is the last time we're seeing John Cena and CM Punk, and we have Seth Rollins out there running an interference. Really?
Literally, bro, the Seth Riders coming out there to do fucking generic numbers game beatdown number 45. We're on it. We just had 47 last night. And we that was number 45. And it's like, dude, I want those two to like interact, soak in the history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the shit I want, dude. And I really hope we get something with AJ, man, because he's probably right now the most important person to me on that list to get done
Yes.
before Gunther is that last one, dude. That's all I need. That's the big missing piece. I would have loved if me or you, I know me or you, if we were doing this John Cena retirement tour, I think it would have been a lot better in terms of opponents. Um,
And
but
spacing.
at the very space, exactly, dude. Fucking spacing, man. But just give us AJ, bro, please. Whether it's a SmackDown, whether it's this, whether it's that, dude, give us AJ somehow, dude. Especially, you know, maybe he is IC champ. Maybe he confronts, John Cena on SmackDown September 5th. Cena could be like, hey, we could go one last time and I never won that thing. Come on, bro. Come on. That shit would be fire.
It would. It would. It would be very fire. But like, if you're looking at, you obviously have, you know, I, this is like, and two, I mentioned the stuff with R-Truth, Jey Uso and or not Jey Uso, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank. There was that shit. Now it's the stuff with Logan Paul, and it's like right after this, you have to go into something with Brock Lesnar, which again is the stuff we're hearing now is just like, I'm starting to get the sense that like WWE just does shit. And then we talked about it a couple weeks ago on Unscripted, but like WWE just does shit for shocking television, to shock
Yeah.
people for headlines. And it's just like, dude, you brought Brock Lesnar back and you didn't think to map out like, hey, if we bring you back for a feud with John Cena, what are the dates that, we can, get you guys, you know, uh, on,
Face to
the
face.
same schedule? What the
No.
fuck? What, like, you didn't think about that? You didn't map out schedules first? You just brought Brock back? And again, John Cena named a list of Dom Mysterio, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, the Usos, and Jacob Fatu. To me, that was again the same type of vibe you got. To me, that was pretty much John Cena being like, yeah, these are kind of the people I would rather face, which is quite hilarious because the people that WWE are throwing in front of him, and John said it himself, a lot of people seem to think I'm wasting my time with you. It's probably how the man feels.
Exactly. He probably feels like he is wasting. Because, like, if this was just the first time these two interacted, I wouldn't even be that mad. But like the two people that Cena interacted most in his retirement tour is Cody, which is cool, and Logan Paul. Like, we've seen enough of this interaction, man. It's not that important. It's not. It's not that big important.
Yeah. Yeah, it uh I don't know, man. It is I just again I don't know how you had 6 months to plan something. And this was Triple H. This is the guy that used to be the king of planning. I do not
Yeah.
know how you had 6 months to plan for an entire year worth of bucket list items to do with John Cena, and these are some of your ideas in there, which again, um some of them is like they're really good. Some of them make sense. But some of them make sense, but the way you went about it was completely just ridiculous to me. And then on the other hand, again, there is your Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes match, and your Logan Pauls, and your Brock Lesnar's, and there's just so much. There's so much other shit that you could have been doing that people actually really want to see. Yet you are giving us stuff that nobody really fucking asked for, except for the company.
No. Yep. Ex- and that's what this feels like. It feels like not the fans or even Cena's retirement tour. It feels like a boardroom retirement tour, and then they make it very obvious with their decisions.
You're like, man, John Cena's on his farewell tour. We should get him in the ring with Jey Uso. Oh man, Cena's on his farewell tour. We gotta get that Logan Paul match in there. Like, if you were to go up to any wrestling fan and say, hey, if you were to see a match on John's farewell tour, would you want to see John versus Logan Paul, or would you rather John Cena versus AJ Styles? I guarantee you 10 out of 10 people would tell you Cena versus Styles. I
Yeah.
guarantee that. If you were to go up to somebody and say, "Hey, would you rather see John Cena versus Brock Lesnar again, or John Cena versus Jacob Fatu?" A lot of now, a lot of fans probably would say Brock, but there would be a lot of fucking people that would probably much rather in 2025 say, you know, we've never seen Cena versus Fatu. Before Cena leaves, I would actually really like to see him do that.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
But again, a lot of it just does feel like, most of what we're seeing is again a boardrooms version of the farewell tour, which is fucking bullshit.
It
So,
is.
and again, for somebody like Triple H, who was the king of having his finger on the pulse, what are we doing?
No clue what the hell he's doing, man. It's so frustrating. Like, dude, plan shit out. It's so obvious. He like just like you said, but especially what's really revealing with this Brock stuff. They literally just do something for the moment,
Yep.
and then plan it plan it. Not even right after. Just are like, okay, we'll figure out a way to do this eventually.
Yeah.
No, bruh. No, what do you mean? You have to plan things out. How do you, especially if it's your weekly people on your roster, okay, they're going to be there at Raw or SmackDown no matter what every week. So those type of people you could be more loose with. Dude, this is Brock Lesnar. This is Mr. Not show up to work unless I'm asked or unless the schedule works. And they're not asking, they're not making the schedule work. What did you think was going to happen here?
I don't I don't I man I do not get it, bro. This is Triple H. This is the same Triple H that planned everything in NXT. Come on, bro. Come
Exactly.
on. Get out of here with this. Um you had 6 months, bro. You had 6 months to plan for an entire fucking year. And this is what you're giving us in the final 4 months. But regardless, um what happens at the end of SmackDown? John Cena is leaving the arena. He's leaving the arena in full gear, jorts, a t-shirt, sweatbands, and a baseball cap. Nick Aldis
He
comes
got
up
no
to him.
bag.
No bag, yeah. Just he just pulled up to the arena like that. I don't even know where bro's phone is at. It's probably in his pocket. Bro didn't even bring a charger, right? He's
Yeah, I hope girl got all. I hope he got his keys, his wallet, his phone, and maybe some AirPods and then jorts, something. No bag.
so Nick Aldis comes up to him and he says, "Hey John, I just heard from Brock Lesnar. Crowd oohs and ahs. Logan Paul, which, funny side note, in a scene they had to shoot twice, Logan Paul throws Nick Aldis to the side and punches him in the face because the original shot, it was a good camera angle. It was just a camera angle that showed like him
I'm
like
not punching him.
many meters away from his face, and he did not punch him at all. Yet John Cena's trying to lay there and act like he's knocked out. So LOL to that. But Cena again, he's sitting there laid out. He's sitting. Can you hear that?
A little bit, but not anymore.
So Cena is laying there, and you know he's laid out. So obviously they had to refilm that. They I don't know why they didn't refilm it in the same angle. They refilmed it in this cartoonish ass scene where he like throws Nick Aldis out of the way, and then he punches John Cena. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But it got me thinking. Exactly what happened at SummerSlam is going to be probably exactly what fucking happens at Clash in Paris. Is the match is going to get done. John Cena is going to either win or lose. What I fucking hope he beats Logan Paul, but he is going to, you know, be about to leave the ring, and Brock Lesnar is going to come out and F5 him. And what? Come on, bro.
That
AJ Styles, and we got to deal with
AJ
this.
Styles. Literally, dude, he's just gonna F5 him, walk away, and to fucking God knows where, man. Yeah, the ending of SmackDown was interesting. I actually like the original shot better than the redone shot.
Me too. All they
The
had to
little
do was
push out.
refilm that.
Yeah, just refilm that at that angle, make the punch look a little more connected, and it was good. Like, why? Like, logically, bro, you're a guy standing there, you're talking to somebody. If someone aggressively takes that person, moves them out the way, and just fucking wings their fist back, why are you just still standing there? It's like so stupid. But yeah, now they're teasing Brock, and we're gonna see like you said, we're gonna see the exact same thing at SummerSlam again on Sunday. People think
Especially,
that might be the main event too.
as I was gonna say, if John Cena and Logan Paul main events that show, that's pretty much all but confirmed.
Guaranteed.
Brock Lesnar is. It's a guarantee. Brock Lesnar is coming out to disrupt that or whatever. But Brock won't get on a plane, according to some wrestling fans. Man, he will he
Get
will
on a plane.
he will not step foot on a plane. I don't know how. Well, he's been. He was in the UFC. Did all types of sports. High school or college wrestling or whatever. NCAA wrestling. He was on the Minnesota Vikings. He was in the UFC. He was on WWE. Wasn't he on the plane ride? Wasn't he on one of the plane rides from hell? As a matter of
He
fact.
was on the plane ride to hell. He was. He was one of the biggest cases on the plane ride to
Yeah,
hell, actually.
because wasn't he like play fighting with somebody and it turned serious and then they were just like shooting on each other in the fucking, wasn't it like Kurt or something? But
Him and Kurt were just boxing in the fucking aisle
they were
of
like
the
shoot
fucking
wrestling
plane.
in the fucking in the aisle in the plane, like. But hey,
You don't call planes.
yep, he God forbid Brock gets on a plane, bro. It will not. We will never see the day that happens. But that was everything for SmackDown, bro. Just had to get my little Cena rant in there because, again, man, and I don't want to. Again, I don't want to. I don't want to be that guy that's just like I could have done it better. But like, you have
I think you
planned
could.
this so bad. I genuinely think you've brought me to the point where I'm going to be that guy and say,
Yeah.
I probably could have booked that better. Like, in terms of, like, just planning it. It's not hard.
Oh, it's really not that difficult, dude. I don't know what the struggle is here. I don't get it, man.
But,
I don't get it. I genuinely think we could have done better.
I, again, man, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I think I got to be that guy,
I
bro.
will.
It's
Yeah, I'll
like,
happily be that guy. We could have done that shit better.
because, I mean, dude, it's, but then again, I'm speaking from a hardcore wrestling fan's perspective. But again,
Fair
you're
enough.
you're Dude. Book for your hardcore fans, bro. Your casuals will eat anything up. I'm sorry, they will eat anything up. Book
That's
for
like
your hardcore audience. It doesn't make sense to me, bro.
like that is a very true statement, dude. Like fans all, especially these like this modern section of like post TKO fans of paying 70. Dude, people are
Yes,
paying $70,000 for
35 a night.
two-night seats at WrestleMania. 35K a night. Dude, they will watch fucking anything. So put anything you want, put anything your hardcore wants because the fucking casuals will eat it up no matter what, dude. Like, I don't get it, dude. I don't get it.
It makes absolutely no sense to me, bro. Again, they will literally eat anything up. I don't get it, but me being a hardcore fan, a lot of you guys watching us being a part of the hardcore audience, it just it doesn't make sense to me, man. It doesn't make sense to me. Why they chose some of the things over some other things, because with all the names that I mentioned, effectively that's like 4 dates. Again, if you look at R-Truth, Jay and Cody, Logan, and Brock, those 4 slots could have went to 4 other names. And again, if you really
Exactly.
wanted to do Logan and Brock so bad, that's 2 other very valuable names that could have went to AJ fucking Styles, LA Knight, who's the other one on the tip of my tongue?
LA
AJ's
Knight, Jacob
Oh,
Fatu.
Jacob Fatu. Yes, Jacob Fatu. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. Did I fucking say LA Knight? Oh, did I fucking say AJ Styles already? You get my
Dude,
point.
I can't believe I'm saying these words, but I would rather take The Miz over some of these people they don't put this man against. I would have.
Uh,
Unironically, genuinely, I'm being unironic right now. I would have took The Miz over them.
I would have taken the Miz over a match against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. I
Yep,
actually would have.
easily.
I actually would have.
I would have taken a mismatch. And this is me. And I'm being unironic. I would have taken a mismatch. And I would have been like, okay, you know what? They got history. I love their original feud. That was fire. So let's do it again. In a heel, you were, Miz is kind of in that like weird tweener wannabe like good guy kind of thing, and then Cena was a heel. Again, would have been a cool dynamic. I would have took it over a fucking Jey Uso tag match with fucking Cody Rhodes and then Logan Paul and all that shit.
Crazy stuff, bro. Crazy stuff. But that's everything for SmackDown. So, regardless, with that being said, we do have an official word from our sponsor here at NHP, W Energy. W is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. W is a clean formula, sugar-free, 0-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings, with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your W products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase.
Really, always got to shout out W, whether workout, whatever you may need the energy for, Raw, SmackDown. It'll even keep you awake during AEW Dynamite, man. That's how good this stuff is, and you won't have the jitters, and it'll taste good all at the same time. Truly, always got to shout out W.
As always, man, shout out and thank you, as always, to the great people over at W, the official sponsor of what we do here at Notorious Heels, man. So, this brings us to Monday Night Raw from Birmingham, England.
Oh man,
The show opens up with OTC 1. It opens up with the Tribal Chief. You know, question for you, bro.
okay.
When we go to SmackDown, is there any other shirts that you're thinking about at the merch stand?
Very curious to see what they'll have, because to be honest, most of the shirts I would probably want to get are people on Raw, but like. I would assume they would have like Roman shirts there and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just very curious to see what their selection is, especially for SmackDown. Maybe a Fatu shirt. I'm assuming, even though he has been on television, I'm still assuming that his shirts are on the SmackDown live show selection, man.
May-
So maybe a Fatu shirt, maybe.
Maybe they'll have the shirt that says "F you."
No, I'm not getting any of their shirts. There's that godforsaken fucking WWE logo on the sleeve. I'm not buying it unless I think I can make that a sleeveless shirt, dude. Cause I ain't wearing no big ass goofy WWE logo on the side of my fucking shirt. But maybe Fatu, he'd probably be top of the list besides like Show and Cena shirt. What about you?
I was thinking about grabbing. I didn't even think about Fatu, to be honest. I was thinking about grabbing a Punk. If they, I'm sure they'll have a Punk
Oh,
shirt. You like
it'll
you
be
know that
Chicago.
one. You know that one that he wears now. The one it's like it says like, or if they had the pink one, I
Yeah,
would
the
like that
yellow
pink one
one.
too. But yeah, that like yellow and red one he's wearing now.
I like
Um,
that one.
or the OTC one shirt I was thinking about. Fatu. Fatu, it's actually a pretty good. That's a good. Didn't he
Oh,
just come out with like a bunch of um here we go. What if they have the shirts, okay, that says post to post, coast to coast, I'm gonna beat your ass. Would you buy that one?
like, dude, why doesn't it just say the
What?
post to post, coast to
What?
coast?
Okay. Oh, what? Hold on. Why does WWE have like polos that have Jacob Fatu's logo on it? They know polos are
You
supposed
just
to be
show up
like
to
professional, right?
nice.
Why would you
You
why would you walk
show
around
up to the
Wha-
job.
Why would you show up like people wear polos to work? Who is showing or like to a nice dinner? Who is showing up wearing a polo with a fucking a werewolf head on it?
I'm showing up in the job interview, bruh.
Ah,
Like,
that
imagine that, but just you see a Jacob Fatu logo just in the fucking just right on my nipple. Like, what the
okay.
fuck?
I got a good one. What if they have this Jacob Fatu shirt that says Fatu F around and try us?
Is that? Who's us? He's all alone.
Oh, here we go.
He ain't got nobody.
F U F all them up. You buy that one?
That us one kills me, bro. Cause ain't the whole
Who
point of his
who
character is that he's on his own.
who is us?
Jimmy's probably gonna be good.
There is no
He ain't
us.
got a Jimmy no more.
Or what about this
Who is
one?
us?
It's separated in three lines.
Oh no.
Ya, dada, mean.
God, that I mean, oh man, I don't know what yada that means. Um, you know, I do. Side note,
Okay.
I got a new desk and I got a lot of shelf space. Title would look good on one of those shelves, man. But I don't know. I've been
Oh
getting a lot of
shit.
stuff, man. I don't know, man.
Oh
Let's see
shoot.
what they got. Although I love the two modern titles, ah, I don't know how much I would get one of those over like a big gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, if they happen for some reason to have a big gold over there, I might be walking. Bruh, man, I might have to, Doc. I might have to. I don't know, but we'll see when we get there, man. But Fatu would probably, besides the obvious show and scene shirt, probably Fatu, or now that you mention it, that yellow CM Punk shirt.
There's also one before my shtick is over. Property of Fatu. F all them up.
Property of Fatu. That's a great thing for a fucking person to just wear.
Fatu has great merch, but the latest merch drop they did for him, I don't
Oh,
know.
so stupid. Ooh, if
That
they have it,
Mhm.
I might get that Travis Scott wrestling is real shirt. I will admit that's a pretty sick ass shirt.
I actually
I don't know.
I don't
I'll
know if
have it.
I think they cut all that.
Let me see
At
if they
least
still have that on their website.
I could check. I got it open right now. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
I at
Hmm.
least I haven't seen them promote that in
Yeah.
forever. No, it's all gone. Yeah,
Damn,
it's all gone.
damn. That might be one of those like eBay buys where it's fucking
Yeah,
$20.
yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, I was thinking Roman Punk. Now that you say it, Fatu, as long as they don't have any of his shirts that say in the most just proper text ever, "I'm gonna beat your ass," or "F all them up." So hopefully they do not have any of the shirts that again just say the something that Fatu says, but in the most just proper wording ever. So there's that, and can you?
Mhm. No.
Okay.
Can you hear the fucking bugs on my window?
Uh.
The cicadas and shit making okay. Good. Because that's
Okay.
just loud as shit in my ear.
Just making sure. Just making sure. So regardless, yeah. Just. mm, Yeah, I don't know about a championship. I feel like I say this every. I say I always want to do it, but I don't know. I'll actually have the fucking balls to do it. Um.
No, I don't think I will. Plus,
Um.
like, a lot of times, low key, and I think commemorative a lot of times, unless you want like a spinner belt or something,
mm,
I think commemorative is usually the way to go a lot of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. But regardless, yeah. Just something I was thinking about, bro. Something I was thinking about.
Oh yeah.
So we have the open to Monday Night Raw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best
Roman
part.
Reigns. Roman Reigns is out there. Roman Reigns is out there, man, and he tells Birmingham to acknowledge him. He says they are still loud as hell, and he's still got big plans for himself, but if he's got to be honest to himself, you guys sound like old times, but it's not old times anymore. He says he is not the same guy he used to be, but maybe I can be. He says Cody Rhodes predicted this a year and a half ago, and the crowd booed when they heard Cody Rhodes. Roman said, interesting. He says, and Seth and the Vision followed through on everything that Cody said. They took everything from me. Crowd started chanting, fuck you, Seth. He says, but like I was saying, I have to acknowledge all the things that I do not have anymore. I don't have a bloodline, and I'm proud of Jay, but my time to get a title back will come. Um, Please do that, Crown Jewel. I swear to God, don't do that
Please,
shit at Mania. I swear to God.
please do this. Oh, dude. Oh my God, they're gonna do it at me, dude.
Which I will
I'm gonna.
say,
We're getting triple threat again.
which I will say, if ever they wanted to, Roman would look pretty nice with the World Heavyweight Championship, but I just don't think now is the time.
And no, and I do think at some point before he's done, he should hold that thing at least once,
Yeah.
just to solidify not only his record, but just that title itself. I mean, it'll always help being around Roman's waist, and he would look dope with that fucking thing, man. So I think it should happen eventually. Like you said, just not right now.
Yeah, and I think too, if ever came the opportunity, and you obviously know what's going to happen, he's going to be around a while, where they just needed the perfect person to drop a championship to Jacob Fatu. Roman is your guy.
That would be exactly, exactly, man. Or I, I would. I feel like Jacob Fatu is probably going to get a world title before that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like his second one could be him getting it from Roman. I could definitely see Roman wanting to put over, someone in that fucking massive ass family,
Yeah.
or even
No,
like
for
a Braun
sure.
Breaker. I could see.
For
I
sure.
could tell he likes him and Reed.
Oh, 100%. So he says he doesn't have a bloodline, but he says he's proud of Jay. He says his time will come to eventually get a world championship back. He says they took my wise man. They took everything from me. So They had to find something else to take from me, which brings me to Bronson Reed. Paul Heyman comes out. He comes out with Bronson Reed, who is sporting a new Tribal Thief shirt, which is also another fucking shirt I hope they have at the show,
I
because
was actually
it legitimately
uh
has a pair of shoes like
on it.
like on the like neck part of it. So I thought
That's sick,
that
dude.
was great. Um so he says Paul Heyman comes out there with Bronson Reed. He says he is with the realest gangsta to be in Birmingham since the Peaky Blinders. He says it was 5 years ago that Brock Lesnar's advocate, and this is actually a shoot, it was 5 years ago to the weekend that Brock Lesnar's advocate became Roman Reigns' wise man. He says, for 5 years we created the bloodline and ran the industry together. Now look at you, standing all alone. I still love you, my tribal chief. I always love the way Bronson Reed looks at Paul Heyman when he's like glazing Roman Reigns, because he always looks at him like, what? Um
I
so
do, and I do like how they
mhm.
kind of still play up that aspect of like Paul Heyman. At the end of the day, never wanted to like have to leave from Roman, but he had to, man. And I like how he still like at his core, if his character could choose, he would still be Roman's advocate if he could.
No, 110%. I love that aspect. And um so he says, which is why I came out here tonight to disrespect you, my tribal chief. He says, what you need is the tough love that I used to offer you. But I am not man enough to beat the tough love into you. But Bronson is. Roman says, hey, dumbass. In Paris on Sunday, you're gonna kick you are going to kiss my ass because I'm going to whoop his ass. Bronson grabs the mic. He says, in Paris, it's about disrespect. And he is going to kick Roman Reigns' ass in Paris. He says, your tribe from Samoa is civilized. My tribe isn't. We were exiled and sent to Australia. Your tattoos are paid for. Mine are earned. He says, I'm not. He says, I'm the Samoan that your dad and your uncle warned you about. And in Paris, you are going to find out why. Roman grabs the mic. He says, hold up. This guy is Samoan? He says, why didn't anybody ever... You know what? This doesn't matter. You belong to me. He says, I'm gonna give you one more shot because we are cut from the same cloth. How about you bring your big ol' ass down here and return my shoes and apologize to my people for wasting our time. Acknowledge me and don't ever disrespect me again. If that is true, that makes a lot of sense why they put him with Solo's bloodline. Is he actually Samoan?
That I wouldn't know, but I think what he's talking about is his um heritage from Australia were initially from Samoa, and their tribe was exiled into Australia,
That's
which
crazy.
I think ended up becoming like the native Australians. So I'm assuming that that's true, and that's a crazy ass story, and just a randomly crazy connection between them. That's very cool. If
Yeah,
that history is like what I read that as, that's sick as fuck, dude. That's a really cool detail.
it is. So Bronson says, you do not want me to come down there because I'm going to force you to acknowledge your tribal thief. Roman says, you don't have to come up here because I'll come down there. And these two brawl into a pull apart brawl. And this was probably the peak of the show, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Because it didn't get too much better after this, bro. But yeah, it was great, man. I loved it. I love other people getting the Roman Reigns rub other than bloodline related people. I just love Roman Reigns helping build new stars that are not related to him. Hence Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I loved it.
Same, and that's one thing that I hope they get to do more with Roman. Bloodline was, best story ever.
Yeah.
All that was amazing. But I do love when Roman mixes it up with just random people on the roster, and like, and that rub just looks amazing, dude. Even like in the Royal Rumble when he's randomly like teaming with Penta to fucking
Yeah.
hit, moves on people, like little shit like that is like so sick to see Roman do. And it just makes whoever he's doing it with look 10 times cooler, man. Love this. Love these interactions between Reed, Roman. That tribal thief shirt is fire. I
It
hope
is.
they have that too. That is a fire ass shirt, dude. I love what they're doing with Reed. I love what they're doing with Braun. And I like these guys' feud. And that little piece of history was really fucking cool from Bronson Reed. And I hope they could like one day expand on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could do a lot with that, man. You could do a lot with that. But I love this open. And it was downhill after this moment on the show, man. And one thing I almost thought when Roman said at the beginning of his promo that he had to acknowledge something, I thought he was going to apologize, for some of the heel antics that he was doing, but that did not happen. So I was a little disappointed in that, but other than that, loved it.
I will say though, they did a segment later in the night with him and Jay that I was actually a really big fan of because
I like that interaction too later.
100%. But yeah, no, for sure. I definitely get your frustration there. Speaking of frustration, the next part of the show, does anybody want to fucking guess what the next part of the show was? I mean, honestly, does anybody want to guess what the next part of the show was? Because if you guess by now, you probably guessed correct because it was indeed a fucking Judgment Day segment. So, Dominic,
Worst part about the Judgment Day segments, dude,
ugh,
especially right now,
yeah,
there's like we always joke about the stupid Judgment Day tension between. There's not even like really any of that. It's just them walking around doing shit
yeah,
backstage, and it's completely meaningless, dude. Like at the end, like it's annoying and dumb to be like for the Finn and Dom, fake being friends and they're smiling at each other and shit. That's stupid, but at least that has like a meaning, dude. These Judgment Day segments are fucking meaningless, dude. Meaningless.
I, that, what, what are
like,
we doing,
like,
bro? Like,
uh,
yeah, that, well, that's where you're wrong because now we got one of the most meaningful Judgment Day segments ever because yet again, Dominic, he's in the back. And I know this story is so intriguing on Monday Night Raw, but he is yet again talking to El Grande Americano. So the world is asking, what does Dom keep talking to fucking El Grande Americano about?
asking that for all the wrong fucking reasons. I'm not asking, why is he talking to him? I'm asking Triple H, why the fuck is he talking to him? Who cares?
Dude, why is he homies with El Grande Americano? What exactly is El
No,
Grande helping him do? He's just. Uh,
talking. And he's a chopper. Like that, like that's the thing I don't get. Like, what is he helping him do? What is his end game with El Grande? What is he even doing on the show? What
oh,
El Grande should have left when fucking Chad Gable left, dude. I know they're not the same person, but you should have just fucking did it anyway, man.
but dude, my question is like, we're talking about, Kaiser El Grande. You were in Birmingham, England, which, if my memory serves me correctly, I think that's where Pete Dunne is from. I think he's from Birmingham, and I believe Tyler Bate is from Dudley, England. But where the fuck are they at? Didn't you introduce them as two other multiverse fucking El Grande Americanos? And they've just disappeared. Like, did WWE drop it? Did what the fuck is going on? Like, what what
I
happened? Like,
I have no fun. And like, if you want to do like something fun and stupid with El Grande, have like Dom talk to a different one every time he's in one of those backstage segments. And it's just like he's talking to the same person again. At least add some like level of something to that. But like, dude, can I just have Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate on this fucking show for the love of God? And
oh god.
where's my boy? Where on earth is Dragunov, man? Can he
Oh,
return, please?
oh my god.
Can I get some? You know, here they're gonna quote surprise us with Brock at Clash. I already know it. Um, can you really surprise us and give us a real surprise and give us Dragunov on Sunday, bro? Please,
Please, bro.
something. Where is my goat? Where is he?
Could you fucking imagine Dragunov versus John Cena in this farewell tour?
Bro,
Son of a fucking bitch.
please don't say that, dude. Please just don't even. It's already in my brain. It's too late. That would have been so goddamn fire. Come on.
Dragunov is the perfect guy to take that title from Dominic, bro. If it's not going to be
He is.
AJ, which even if it is
A-
AJ, Dragunov
AJ
still
and
be perfect.
Brian.
Oh, come on, bro. Take a walk with me real quick, bro.
Take,
Come on.
bro. AJ and Dragunov, bruh. Give me that shit now, bruh. Please.
I miss my guy,
Oh,
bro. I miss my guy
I really
Dragunov.
do.
God damn. I miss him doing his fucking one arm push ups with like 345 plates on his back on Instagram,
Oh,
just being a
those
monster.
workout, those workout videos were hilarious. Bro was just doing the most demon-esque workouts, bruh. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? He would be doing like neck crunches with a weight on his fucking head. Like, what the you fucking psycho? Dude, I miss that fucking man
Oh,
so much.
man. But yeah, Dominic is talking to El Grande. Finn walks up, same as last week. He says, "What are you talking about?" Dominic says, "I got it under control." Finn and JD walk away. Who cares?
Who, literally, who the fuck cares?
So,
Yeah,
the next match is Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough.
fuck.
Match wise, I would say this
It's
was
good.
probably the hottest the crowd was.
Mm-hmm.
But the match was great. The match was great. Michael Cole was losing his fucking mind because I think he thought when Dragon Lee did his sit out powerbomb, there was such a crunch with JD McDonough. I think Michael Cole thought that was a pile driver, which he got pretty close to landing on his head. He took a pretty nasty bump, but it looked good, and JD was fine from it. So I thought that was great. Dragon Lee was distracted by Dominic Mysterio. He was distracted by Dominic Mysterio, but then AJ Styles came out for the save, and Dragon Lee hit an Operation Dragon on JD McDonough to pick up the victory. And yeah, it was a great match. Dragon Lee shows again that he is a great workhorse and could be phenomenal in that IC title division. Yet they underuse him for some fucking reason. And yeah, that's that's the story of Dragon Lee at this point. He quarterly gets put in a Monday Night Raw match and is still waiting to
Bang.
be used. Yes, he does awesome every
Exactly.
time, and they still don't use him. So I'm sure that's
Every
what's going to
dude,
happen now.
this is gonna sound so bad on Triple H's booking. This is dead ass. The first time I've ever heard the name of his finisher,
Me too.
was that match, dude. That I didn't know. I was like, oh, Operation Dragon. I'm assuming that's his finisher. And then, match ended. I was like, oh, I never knew that was his finisher, and I never knew what it was called because I never got to see it up until now, man.
Yep.
But you know, role wise, this was, overall a nothing match, but the match itself was fire, and I would like to see Dragon Lee used way more than he currently is.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, pl- please, bro. You got every time this guy comes out here, you got the commentary table talking about, yeah, Rey Mysterio coined him the next face of Lucha Libre. So he's the next Rey Mysterio, the guy that you hardly fucking feature. That's him. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Nice. That's a great
Great.
representation for Lucha Libre on the show.
Oh yeah, not
Dragon
being
fucking
used.
Lee. The guy that you never use.
A year plus in on the main roster, dead ass. First time I heard his fucking finisher.
I honestly thought I was the only one. But yeah, they said Operation Dragon, and I didn't even know. I was like, man, that's a cool finisher name. And then I thought to myself, I don't think I've ever heard that before. I think this is the first time of me hearing that finisher name. I'm glad you said that because I wasn't gonna say shit.
And I
But
was like, Operation Dragon. Is that his finisher? Oh, it is. Look at that.
LA Knight is
Hey, dude.
backstage with Jackie Redden, and he questions if CM Punk putting him through that table last week was on accident. He says, and even if it was on accident, what did he do afterwards? He shrugged his shoulders. He says, I agree with the sentiment that we all need to work together, but he has made it a place where that cannot happen. He says he's the only one who has to have a match tonight, and it's with Braun Breaker. And I think that they're doing that on purpose because they know I am their biggest threat. He says he's going to slap Braun back to factory settings. Woof woof, dummy. And he walks away. If you are LA Knight and if you are his character, how could you feel any other way? The guy that's sitting here
Yeah.
saying you need to work together pushed you through a table and fucking shrugged his shoulders.
Trying to look in, dude. Oh, I can't wait to get to the end of the fucking show. Deal with that shit. But yeah, LA Knight's the only one that looks like it actually is acting within character.
Yes.
And he's playing his part. That promo was fire. Um, and they're making these interactions with these baby faces so fucking dumb, dude. I
Yeah.
I, I don't get it.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So God, fucking this was
What was
next.
next on the show, man?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't even want to read it. The next thing on the show was another Judgment Day segment. It was another fucking Judgment Day segment. Raquel Rodriguez. She stops Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor from bickering because, they're talking about AJ Styles and, JD losing his match and whatnot. And she tells them, stop fighting. Guys, this is not what Liv would have wanted. Dominic says, Finn, you've known AJ the longest. Why don't you take care of him? Did they not fucking run this shtick a couple weeks ago? Like the whole somebody needs to take care of AJ shtick? Didn't they run that when Dom was injured? What the fuck?
They literally just running back the same thing. Why? In all logic, why is Dom having people, deal with AJ for him? Just go deal with it. You beat him the first time. Character-wise, actually, Dom should be overconfident in his ability to beat AJ right now and deal with the AJ problem. So why on earth is his character still sending people in to do his battle for him? It makes no sense to his character right now.
Well, he tells AJ or he tells Finn to take care of AJ tonight because you are the great Finn Balor, right? Finn says he will find Adam Pearce right now. Again, this was a shtick that we were doing going into SummerSlam, and now we have just reached in the recycle bin, uncrumbled it, and was like, "Oh, this is great. Do this." Come on, bro.
So frustrating.
Kofi Kingston versus Pentagon Jr. Oh fuck.
Oh, yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Oh my god.
This was
Holy
this was on the
fuck.
show, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness. Ugh.
Ain't this great live?
This is absolutely some of the worst
Oh,
shit to grace anybody's television, man. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big G, Grayson Waller. Dude,
get it?
Xavier Woods
'Cause
is out there in a neck brace and like some pimp outfit. What the fuck is that?
I don't know what's going on, dude. They're still running. It makes tag team division because they lost the tag titles, but they have nothing to do with the tag team division right now. Where is that tag team division? Oh yeah, JD and fucking Finn are tag champs. I would have never guessed. I
Yes.
actually forgot that. But they aren't interacting with the tag team division, so why are they more in the tag team division still? It it makes no sense whatsoever, dude. None of it makes sense.
This shit is dog shit, bro. What the fuck, man? This shit is so ass. I swear to God, man. You man get. I swear, bro. What the fuck is this? How the fuck do you look at this shit every week and say, you pull the War Raiders from the show. We don't see the Creed brothers. We hardly fucking see Dragon Lee. You know what? I'm kind of fucking happy Dragonoff is not back yet because knowing WWE, they'll fucking stick him against the New fucking Day because this is what they've done with Pentagon. The guy in January coming into the company who looked like he was going to be a solid ass piece to this mid-card division. This is what we're doing with Pentagon. We have him against the New Day in the most dog shit storyline running on Monday Night Raw right now. This shit is so fucking ass. How do you look at that? How do you look at that script every week and say, we're gonna run that? When there's so many acts we don't see on Monday Night Raw, you choose to run this gimmick with the New Day mourning the fucking tag division as if the fucking tag division hasn't been dead since the Usos lost the fucking tag titles at WrestleMania 39. We're mourning the tag division now?
Yep.
This gimmick is so fucking trash. I can't even. How do you book the New Day to lose that much momentum after they turned on Big E? How do you fail them? I mean, this is a historically bad fumble. I mean, this is Tony Khan levels of fumbling with what you've done with the New Day.
It really is, dude. They completely fumbled the New Day to where they are completely meaningless. You feel nothing but annoyance when they're on TV, and it's a horrible state to see them in, dude. It really is.
This shit is so dog shit, bro. I mean, man.
Man.
And the fucking worst part is, I didn't even get to the worst part yet.
Nope.
Grayson Waller distracts Pentagon. He turns around into a trouble in paradise. And they had Pentagon lose to 2025 New Day. Bro. Bro.
Yeah.
What?
What does this do for anybody? Who is this for?
I don't know. I don't know. The couple of fucking dorks they have in their writers room that probably run this gimmick to make fun of fans that say the tag division is dead. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know who this is for. Who is sitting back there? Can we air this on WWE Unreal? Who the fuck is sitting back there laughing at this or like, man, this is really fucking getting over. What is
Yep.
this? This is horrible.
It's so god awful, dude. Having that man Penta lose for no reason. He should be a top mid-carder, and he's losing to modern New Day in 2025. Makes no sense.
So, Rhea Ripley is backstage getting ready for her match, and Io comes up to Rhea and she thanks Rhea. She tells her she respects her, but Asuka and Kairi are her family. She says they are not happy about you in our business, so I think we need to keep our distance. Rhea says, I respect you too, and I get it. She tells Io she appreciates her. Io grabs her hand, and she says, wait, before you leave, thank you for understanding. She gives her a hug. As you can see Asuka in the background throw her hands up like, what the fuck? Like, what? That actually kind of popped me. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, again, you could just see Asuka in the background like, bro, what are we doing? That was my reaction during the New Day segment every fucking week. I throw my fucking hands up and I say, what the fuck are we doing? I thought the segment was great. It obviously wasn't done. There was a little bit more to come later in the night. But for what this was, I thought it was good.
I thought it was too. I thought it was. It's heating up, their friendship and, her, Io and Asuka and Kari's disfriendship pretty soon. Everything's building up, I think, very nicely.
For sure. Stephanie Vacher is backstage and
Oh boy.
WWE shit the bed so hard on this, bro. They
Shit the fucking bed. Hi, dog.
Go
How
ahead,
do
bro.
you not? You have who's great. Naomi was amazing. You have her obviously relinquish the title due to pregnancy. They also did like a little Naomi recap before this, which was really cool. So glad to see her doing great and whatnot. But so you have a vacant title on the line, and you have a pay-per-view this Sunday. By all logic, you would put the match to determine who your women's champion on your flagship show is on pay-per-view, and you do not do that. Why don't you tell the fans what Adam Pearce, Stephanie?
Well, Stephanie goes up to Adam Pearce and she asks him about Clash in Paris, like any logical human being would. He tells her, I have an opponent in mind, but I need a week to, and I quote, finalize some details so you won't be able to have your match at Clash in Paris, but everything will be announced next week. What?
What does that mean? So post SummerSlam Raw, you had him go out there and say, normally we don't do title matches night of, but here we'll do it. You did it twice that episode
Yes.
of Raw, but you have a 2-week notice to a pay-per-view about a relinquishment of a title, and you can't get a match together for a pay-per-view. How does that work? That makes no sense.
Why the fuck didn't you just do, like, I threw out the idea, I was talking to you in private a couple days ago, why didn't you do like Asuka versus Io versus Rhea versus Stephanie Vacher? If you were like, you could have had Adam Pearce scramble for a match, and you could have done like a multi-woman match, right, to give multiple people an opportunity. There you could have had Io, accidentally, or not accidentally, but like, try to win the championship and like, end up costing Asuka the match. That could have been your final point for Asuka to blow up and then go after Io Sky and then have Rhea Ripley get involved, type of thing, and you could have just put the championship on Stephanie there. But like I said, have Io like inadvertently cost Asuka the championship to blow that whole scenario up. You need a week to finalize some details. Who the fuck is she going to face that you needed a week to finalize details for and then another week to promote the match?
Like, is she facing John Cena? Like,
What the fuck?
who the fuck is she facing?
Is
Because
it
I know it's gonna
Brock?
be the most normal. like, who? And the worst part is, I know they're gonna now normal person on the roster
Yes.
for this match. So what the fuck do you mean you need a week to finalize some details? What details? You finalize fucking you always on the spot on Monday Night Raw finalize a fucking title match right there and then. What? And like not even kayfabe wise, logically wise, why did that boardroom not put this match on fucking Paris? You like Logan says in the comments, we're getting Becky and Nikki Bella on pay-per-view, but you're not getting the match to determine your guaranteed new women's world champion on the show. What?
How the
That
hell?
makes no fucking sense.
Especially with like, think about one of the other, like, I know, like, I wouldn't mind an EO versus Stephanie Vaquer match, but like, how about Adam Pearce goes to somebody that we haven't fucking seen for forever? We've seen her on this show, but before tonight we haven't seen her in forever, and say, hey, Lyra,
Yeah.
I know you can't challenge for the IC Women's Championship anymore, and it's kind of not really because of you, because Bayley inadvertently cost
Yeah.
her the championship at SummerSlam. I got an opportunity that came up. I had you in mind. You could have had Lyra then say, you know what? I don't really know what's been going on with Bayley, and I kind of want to stay, I don't really want to be her friend, but, maybe she deserves an opportunity too. I know she's been going through a lot. Boom! Stephanie, Bayley, Lyra. Triple threat at Clash in Paris. What the fuck, man? What?
That's when you could
Something.
do the Bailey turn.
Yes.
Set it up perfectly, dude. Perfectly.
Or if you wanted to have Lyra be like, hey, do you think maybe, I wanted to keep Bayley in mind. I'm kind of worried about her. You could have had Adam Pearce say something like, I've been trying to contact Bayley all week because I had her in mind for an opportunity. She hasn't got back to me. And then when you're doing Steph versus Io, or Steph versus Lyra, that's when you could have had Bayley come back at Clash in Paris, but this time have her cost Lyra on purpose.
Yep.
What the
Exactly,
fuck?
dude. So many ways you could do this, dude, and you're about to do the dude. I am very interested to see who this opponent is, because if it's not fucking somebody that's not on weekly television right now, you're fucking up royally because you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
What an absolute joke that was. How creative. And then the next part of the show. Becky Lynch. Becky comes out. She's doing her promo. She says 13 years ago, she had a tryout in Birmingham. She said it was a dump then, and it's still a dump now. She says Nikki Bella thinks she can just come out here and call me out to my ring. Nikki comes out and she tried to cook so hard, bro. Oh my god.
Tried so
She
hard and
tried to
failed
cook.
so
She
horribly.
tried to cook so hard. This is Nikki Bella comes out and she says to Becky, "If you're not a dog, then why are you acting like a little bitch?" Who the fuck said they weren't a dog? Where did that come from?
Oh man, what
Becky,
she tries so hard.
she tries so hard, dude. Her promos come off so unorganic, and it sounds like some fourth grader trying to be cool. You know what I mean? Like he's finally hanging out with the cool kids, and he's like, "Man, I'm gonna cook today." and he tells one of the other kids, "Bro, if you're not a dog, then why are you a bitch?" Like, what? The fuck? Get the fuck out of here, dog. What the fuck was
Blast out of
that?
here, right? So fast. Like, dude, that is such an ass, dude. Like, calling, like, you're, you can tell, what era of the women's division she came from because, like,
Oh,
calling
yeah.
another woman a bitch for her era was like a big, oh my God moment. It literally means nothing nowadays. That is the lamest insult you could come up with. And you could tell that was just like her era of like, oh, this is a big moment in a promo. God, that was ass.
Bro, fucking Chowder from Monster House had a better fucking was shit talking the basketball better than Nikki Bella was shit talking Becky Lynch here. Remember when he fucking when he told DJ this is an in your face disgrace? That was better. That was a better insult. Chowder from Monster House
Chowder.
had a better was shit talking DJ better than better than the lines that Nikki Bella had for Becky Lynch here. If you're not a
Really was.
dog, why are you acting like a little bitch? Huh?
So ass, bro. So ass.
That is something, again, a fourth grader says when they first find out what the word bitch is. That's if you
Yep.
make it to
I
fourth
hear
grade.
about
I think
word.
I found out that word at like first grade, but it's besides the
Yeah, I've
point.
been doing that shit, but you get it. That's besides the point.
What was that? I will take the in your face disgrace.
Well, thank you very much.
Becky Lynch says she doesn't give title opportunities away to broke neck Barbies. Nikki says, "Oh yeah? This broke neck Barbie kicked your ass last week. And she paved the way for you." You know there's a reason why Becky Lynch is called a four horsewoman, right?
Like, and another thing, like Becky already reiterated that in their first promo is she, she paved the way, but like Becky said, she was there to get rid of all that Nikki Bella era and pave a new way,
Yes.
a replacement way.
Yes. So, she says she paved the way for you so you have a page to write on. Wow.
Age to write on.
If anybody from Nikki Bella's era is considered a trailblazer or a way paver or a history writer, it's not Nikki Bella. I can tell you right that. And the woman I'm talking about is married to CM Punk. She's the only
Exactly.
one that deserves any credit. I'm sorry, and maybe like Paige, but she was like the tail
Um,
end of Nikki's era.
yeah. She,
She was the start
she was
of
like the
Becky's
tail.
era.
She was, exactly. A lot of people, obviously AJ is the big one, and so is Paige. Paige is like the like right before the Four Horsewomen.
Yeah,
She is just like that pre-era. And it's those two. It's those two,
she was
and
like
the
the
Bellas have
prelude.
nothing to do with it. Exactly, dude. But it was AJ Lee, bro. It was AJ Lee. It was far from Nikki Bella.
Well,
Far.
so Becky tells her she knows about the history that Nikki paved, but I don't care because I don't want to respect you. I wanted to replace you, and I think I've done a pretty good job. Nikki says, "You want to replace me because you're scared to face me." Are you
It's
fucking
so
serious?
bad.
Are we rapping now? Are you
He was with Cena for too long, bruh. That shit still affected her to this day. What you trying to rap for?
She is a
Because you're trying to.
she is a freshman dropout in the school of thugonomics. She definitely does not
Exactly,
have it
man.
like her man did. But anyways, so she says, "You're still the same little insecure girl that was Charlotte Flair's sidekick. She says she does not care if Sports Illustrated says that Becky Lynch is the greatest of all time. I always love how Becky Lynch cites Sports Illustrated says I'm the greatest of all time. It's just such a heel thing to do because it's just like,
No, it
how
is.
douchey is that? Like, are you
Oh
you
my
sound like Jonathan Gresham out here? Like, what are we doing, bro?
dude, worst part about Gresham did that shit for real,
Bro,
bruh.
he really
He
did.
talking about the PWI numbers, man. At least Sports Illustrated is like a big one.
Come on,
But
bro.
oh yeah, I love her Sports Illustrated line. I like how she keeps reiterating like the one big like technical journalistic accomplishment she has. She just keeps hitting
Yep.
home, dude. It's hilarious. I love
So she says she cares what the people say, and everyone thinks that Becky is desperate. She says, yeah, a lot of people say that. Who?
who says that.
I could tell
What is
you
she
who looks
desperate for?
desperate here. Um,
Literally.
she says she cares she says Becky everyone thinks Becky is desperate. She says the man has lost her balls. And you certainly don't have any class. Because if you're a champion, sure, but you're also another C word. And Becky Lynch just looked mortified. And then she says, and that C word is coward. Becky Lynch says, I am not a coward. She says, that is way worse than the other C word I thought you were going to say. She says, I am not a coward. If you want your match, you have it. She says, but in Paris, because I am not wrestling in Birmingham. Says the best thing to come out. She says the best thing to come out of here died a month ago. And even if he had and even he had the proper sense to move to LA, because if I lived here, I would probably die too. Shout out Ozzy. Rest in peace, bro.
Really, shout out, R.I.P.
So Nikki then says, here you go again with the cheap tricks. What? What is she playing with, a fucking yo-yo? Is she
Yeah,
Chris
the
Angel?
magic cards,
Is she
bro.
playing
Mhm.
is she playing with cards? But so says, do you want to know why you're so mad? Because your name will never be as big as Bella. She says, at Clash in Paris, you will hear, and she rips the title off of Becky Lynch's shoulder and holds it up. Bella, the new Intercontinental Champion.
I'll be dead on that review if
That
that fucking happens,
that
man.
that
Yeah,
shit
I'll
was
just have you
ass,
live
bro.
my life with course in the fucking seat next to you, so we could do the review, bro.
You know,
Because what the fuck?
you know what though? What are the odds Nikki takes it because they want Becky to hold the women's world title? Because she's been so great, which will be great for Becky, but that women's mid-card division might be a little fucked. But I don't even think I think Becky's gonna retain. There's no reason to take that title off her. She's been too good.
Yeah, I don't know if WWE cares about it, but I think Becky cares, obviously, about that, women's mid-card division and
Yeah.
title. I think Becky knows she could do better for the IC title than the world can do for her right now, and I think I overall think she'll overall stay with the IC.
100%. As for Nikki Bella, not a good promo. I'm sorry. I'm
God
sorry, man.
awful, dude.
Not a good promo at all. It is it
That
is
was bad.
very, yeah, it's kind of like nails on a chalkboard. It's like me and my sister when we were young, we used to have better insults for each other than that, and we
Oh,
were
fuck.
kids. 100%.
Literally.
We were out there cutting like we were out there cutting like John Cena, CM Punk level of promo disses to each other, and this is it's very hard to listen to. Becky works with it though. I gotta give props to Becky. She tries to sell like, you know, what Nikki's telling her is ready, but it just sounds very scripted. It sounds very scripted. It doesn't come off organic at all. It is not good.
Not at all, man. It's just so rough watching Nikki Bella, dude. You could just tell the era she came from, and it just doesn't work nowadays. The
Yeah.
big promo moments of her feel like nothing, dude. So
Yeah.
Becky's doing great with what she can, man. But can this please end after Clash?
Yeah. If anybody is gonna come back from Nikki Bella's era and tout that they paved the way, it's AJ Lee. I mean, that she's the only one.
Exactly.
CM Punk. Speaking of AJ Lee, CM Punk is in the back. He's doing a backstage promo. He says, going into Paris, he wanted to get everyone on the same page. He says LA didn't want to do it. But okay. Jay wanted to do it his own way. Seth Rollins is the problem, and I just wanted to make sure we all got there so we can all have a fair opportunity. He thinks I put him through a table last week, and he's wrong about that. Do I care that you fell through the table because you're a clumsy idiot? Absolutely not. What?
I-
He said
Is this the CM Punk that Adam Page saw or something? What the fuck
it
is
must
this
fucking
CM
be,
Punk?
bro. It must fucking be. Bro's touting he's there for workers' rights, and he's acting like a demon backstage. Is this is just bro's going two directions at the same time. I don't know, bro. But anyways, so he says, he says, he says he's obsessed with holding the World Heavyweight Championship. In Paris, I'm going to get it back and do what I do best, being champion. He says, if he has to paint his masterpiece with all of their blood in Paris, then he will do so. With everybody saying, CM Punk.
Oh god.
Bro is playing for both teams, bro. I don't know what side he's on. He's literally he's pulling himself in two directions. At one point he's like, I didn't put you through the table on purpose, but am I mad that you fell through the table because you're clumsy? No, bro, you pushed him. You pushed him in. What do you mean he's clumsy? He
But you're clumsy because you fucking just fucking waddled, ran into him accidentally. And like, dude, what do you mean Jey Uso wanted to help but his own way? Motherfucker, he told you he don't want to help. Yes, like, he dead ass verbatim told you last week, nah, I don't want your help. So what do you mean he wants to help his own way? No, he doesn't. What are you talking about, you idiot? I don't think I've ever seen CM Punk written to be so stupid in my goddamn life. Holy hell. What is this babyface shit that they're doing?
and he's like,
God.
LA didn't want to do it. LA Knight said earlier in the night he agrees with the sentiment. They need to work together to fucking take out the Death Rider. Jesus Christ, the Vision. I just called them the Death Riders. Yeah, he literally said earlier in the night, I agree with the sentiment. We need to work together to take out the Vision. But he said CM Punk made that a place where that's not possible. And again, CM Punk here is kind of proving LA Knight right because clearly he did not give a shit that he threw him through the table. And he's calling LA clumsy because of it. Like, what the fuck? What? Like, LA Knight. How are we in a scenario where LA Knight looks smarter than CM Punk?
He literally looks. They're making CM Punk look like an idiot. He looks like an idiot because one second he's like a good guy that wants to help these people, but also at the same time he's insulting them and doesn't fucking care about them. Dude,
And
what are they doing?
He's gonna paint a masterpiece in their blood. Like what?
Like what? Where did this come from? Where did any of this come from? Why is LA Knight the only babyface facing the fucking Death Riders or Seth Riders that has a clue of of brains. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't fight because we're outnumbered. It's that simple. Why are you so mad at Ella? I don't get it.
I don't understand, man. I really do not understand, bro. Um, yeah. So that was uh that was CM Punk's promo again. Just I don't
Yeah.
know. I am like I'm excited for the match. I am. I think it's gonna be a great match. But like, man, the stuff that they've done to get us there is just very head scratching to me, man.
Oh, it's very dumb, dude. It's very, and it doesn't help that, I already don't love the Seth Riders.
Yeah.
Um, and they just make the baby faces look like fucking idiots, dude. Like, what's the beef? Y'all, I don't get it. I don't get it.
So Sheamus, he has a vignette. He says when Rusev returned, it was the big return that nobody asked for. Damn, especially me. He says, I knew you were passionless and you lost your love for the game, but after our exchanges, I can see that fire lit back inside of you. So Sunday, I want you to bring your A game. I want the old Rusev back. Don't forget, I made you relevant again. He said from Bulgaria all the way to France, banger after banger after banger.
Oh yeah, dude.
I loved it. Uh, I I especially liked when he did the banger after banger after banger. He didn't scream it like he normally does. He said it in a calm
I know.
tone, and that was pretty dope. I like that a lot actually.
Yeah, I like when I think it's cooler when he doesn't yell it. And that was a really cool fucking vignette, dude. Hyping up their match. I'm excited.
No, for sure. So, Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez. Rhea drop kicked Raquel on the outside, who was in Roxanne's corner. She then hit a riptide on Roxanne to pack her up for the 1, 2, 3. That was a decent. It was a pretty decent match. Can't really complain about seeing these two in the ring together. And afterwards, the Judgment Day attacked, and Io Sky came out for the save. Contradictory to what happened earlier in the night when she told her that she was going to she needed Rhea to stay out of their business. Um, and the Judgment Day retreat. So that was that. And then we immediately get this segment afterwards where Io Sky is in the back and she thanks, or Rhea Ripley thanks Io for helping her. Asuka walks up and she's yelling at Io, telling her stop talking to Rhea. She's yelling or whatever. Rhea kind of walks away, and they're all, and then at that point, Asuka came up and started yelling, telling her stop talking to Rhea. Io then looks at Kyrie, and she asks Kyrie, she's like, "You trust me, right?" And Kyrie just says, "I'm sorry," and walks away with Asuka. So obviously this whole thing is still heating up as it did not take Io long to, I guess, stay away from Rhea Ripley as she felt the need to go help her buddy out, and she felt the need to go help her buddy out,
Mhm.
and yeah, so obviously we all know where this is going. This is obviously just more fuel to the fire for Asuka to eventually turn on Io, and yeah, Io, she wants to do the right thing by her buddies, but at the same time she's growing a bigger respect for Rhea Ripley. So I mean, it's cool. I like the story. I like where it's going. It's something different for all of these women to do, most specifically Io and Rhea.
Exactly. Exactly. I like it. I like where it's taking them. It's different. It's both Io and Rhea mixing up with each other outside of the women's world title situation, which is refreshing. And I really overall like what they're doing here, man. And I'm sure we'll get that tag match at WrestlePalooza. I can't believe that's a fucking pay-per-view name. It's so fucking stupid.
Seth Rollins is in the back with the Vision. He is hyping up Bronson Reed for making his moment known at Paris, or making his mark at Paris. And he's hyping up Braun Breaker for making sure LA Knight does not even make it to Paris. So, yeah, that was it.
Nice little hype up. I do like when Seth hypes those two up. I do like that aspect of the group, man.
I do.
So that was nice.
I do. A lot of Rollins' dialogue to the members itself, I actually really like. He comes off like a leader.
He does, which always makes me wonder what Paul Heyman is doing there. But that's a different argument for probably every other week we'll talk about Raw.
For sure. For sure. So we got AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, as Finn Balor is trying to solve the AJ Styles problem. Finn Balor goes for a jackknife cover. AJ rolls through, and he has Finn in Styles clash position for the 1, 2, 3. It was a pretty decent match. It's AJ and Finn. What do you expect? And yeah, it was that was that, bro. That was that. It was, like I said, it was a pretty good match, and all commentary could say afterwards was, what is Dominic Mysterio gonna think about Finn Balor's attempt at solving the AJ Styles problem? The same thing they always fucking do, Michael Cole. He's just gonna stare at him, give him a dirty look, and he's gonna make some snarky
And
comment to him
smile.
about it.
Yep. Make some snarky comment, have fake tension for like 3 seconds. Both sides are gonna smile and do a fucking fake ass dap up. What the fuck happens for the last year and a half?
Jey Uso is backstage, and he is venting to Roman Reigns. And he says, he tells him he's just trying to be world champion again. Roman tells Jey, I hear you, but whatever you do, do not trust CM Punk. He says, and why are you so uptight? Why are you acting like you haven't been doing this for 20 years? Stop worrying about it. Jey says, I'm just trying to help. Roman says, who cares about the help? You've helped enough people. He says, I could say I could say that the most. You helped me. He says, you've helped me. You've helped our family. You've helped his locker room, this company. He says, go out there and do it for you. Smash everybody. Oh. He tells him to smash everybody. Smash everybody and and take it to your household. He says it's not about being one of the boys. It's about capturing these moments and locking in our legacy. That's just my perspective. You got to go out there and do you.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I actually really love this. This is the first time. I mean, when Jey won the IC title last year, I could think back, and Roman Reigns, I remember telling him he was proud of him. But this is the first time he legitimately acknowledged, like, hey, the reason we were, on top, or a large reason that we were, around and as dominant for as long as we were, is because of Jey. He legitimately told him he could say that the most, that you've helped me and our family. I love that. I love that. And I also kind of like, because it's a different layer for Jey Uso, because he is behind the allegations, I guess, of just coming out, eating, and just being
Mm-hmm.
Jey fucking Uso. I actually kind of like the Roman Reigns mindset, and you've seen it at the end of the show. I actually kind of like the Roman Reigns mindset kind of seeping into Jey Uso, because he's had a small little taste of what it's like to be world champion. And again, now Roman Reigns is putting it in his perspective, and you could kind of see that seep in, and I like it. It's a different taste for Jey Uso, and that's what I've said for a long time. Enough of this happy, giddy, I want to be out here yeeting and fucking hanging out in the crowd and, fucking lollygagging around, doing pausing every 3 seconds for my promo to let the crowd say yeet, pausing every move for my match so the crowd can yeet. I actually kind of like the Roman Reigns mindset, the one mindset that Jey Uso had such a problem with for so many years. You can kind of see the symbiote, if you will, kind of seeping in on him. I actually liked it a lot, man. I don't know how you're feeling about it, but I was really fucking with this segment, and I really love, again, that mindset that Jey Uso envied for so long start to get in his head a little bit.
Yeah, I like it. Overall, I like it. I really hope this can like let Jey Uso lock in more after
Yeah,
what happened in that main event. I really hope so, and I really hope we get a more serious Jey Uso. I hope that's what we get from this man. And I like Roman's kind of position right now as more of this like voice in the background for people like Jay. And I hope we get more interactions with people and Roman from this. Obviously, he'll be going to film his movie for a little bit, but when he gets back, man, um, eventually, whenever Sammy does go for the world title, I would love for Roman to do that kind of same speech to Sammy too. I think that'd be really cool. Um, and I like that role that he's in. More of background for the meantime. I dig it. And it made Jey Uso look really good in that. So I like it, and I really hope this means we get a more locked in, serious Jey Uso from now on. Especially when we get to it, he was locked in at the end of that show, man. I like that.
definitely. Definitely. So Bailey. Bailey has another one of her segments where she is hearing conflicting voices between her babyface self and her heel self. So I guess that sort of confirms that as of right now, she's kind of like in limbo. Um,
Yeah.
Her babyface self is telling her to appreciate everything that she's done. Yeah, you missed Mania this year, but remember all the other WrestleManias where you walked in as champ and you walked out as champ. She's telling her about all that stuff. And then her heel stuff, or um, her heel self is telling her, you missed Mania. What happened to you at SummerSlam? Nobody is talking about you anymore. You are irrelevant. And it ends with Bailey just yelling, stop. And he goes silent. And then we go into a segment with Lyra Valkyria talking to Adam Pearce. And she asks Adam Pearce, she says, has anybody checked in on Bailey? And Adam Pearce says, I've tried to call her, but we do have no official update. But as soon as we do have an update, I will keep you in mind. This is very interesting. And again, it just doesn't make any sense to me how you did not immediately pivot to Lyra versus Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship and have Bailey show up and give some sort of concrete direction there. I didn't get that at all. But as for these two segments, I loved them.
Loved them. Same. I really liked it. I love what they're doing with Bailey. I love the voices in her head are conflicting. The devil on one shoulder, the angel on the upper other, and obviously, I think that's going to lead to her more or less listening to the devil on her shoulder out of desperation. And I think that's sick. She's going to be in her fucking heel Randy Orton era. And I hope we do get to a level an extension, and I'm excited to see what Bailey does as that type of aggressive, angry heel, and just desperate for the opportunities and to do what she feels like she has to do. Very excited, and I love Lyra's spot. I love how and I like how Lyra is so like mad but like concerned for Bailey at the same time. She's still upset for all the shit that happens, but she's still concerned about Bailey. I love the way women are playing their characters, man. And like you said, dude, it would have been so perfect, dude. You do Lyra and you do Stephanie, and Bailey comes in to cost Lyra. It would have been so fucking, man. It really would have. Or even maybe, maybe she even cost Stephanie to have Lyra win, and then that kind of puts like a cloud on Lyra. Like, damn, I wanted to earn this in like a more, but I am grateful I'm champ. And now she then has Bailey on her ass. That
Yeah,
path could also been, and just you could do a lot of cool things with them too as their hope they do something really cool with those two.
absolutely. Well, we got a fucking 6 Judgment Day segment for the show. Dominic, he walks up to Adam Pearce and he tells Pearce he needs to deal with the AJ Styles problem. Because this has to end. Adam Pearce says, for once I actually agree with you. This does have to end. So next week, AJ Styles. It was funny because JD McDonough tried to butt in. He's like, banned from the arena. And Adam Pearce is like, versus Dominic Mysterio next week on Raw in Paris for the IC title. Dominic says, that does not work for me, Charles Xavier. As Adam Pearce walks away. Yeah, no AJ and Cena in Paris. And just for AJ Styles to not make it on the card over Nikki Bella. And he ends up being on the Raw after Clash in Paris. So, gotta love it. So next week, we'll be getting Dom versus AJ. I don't know what that entails. As long as AJ Styles makes his way over to the greatest of all time afterwards, I think that would be fucking great.
Exactly. That's all I want. Give us that on September 5th and I'll be okay, man. But yeah, don't know why the fuck it's not on pay-per-view, but at least it's in Paris. At least, I guess.
We will be getting AJ in Paris, I guess. In some
Yeah.
that you could be grateful for in some degree. Roman Reigns attacks Braun Breaker as Braun is on his way to the ring. He attacks Braun Breaker, shoves him into a production crate, and then he attacks Bronson Reed. Roman then gets escorted away by security, and right after that, as Braun Breaker is hurt, LA Knight walks up and starts attacking Braun before their match gets started, and then they fight out to the ringside area. And when their match eventually gets started, LA Knight was about to hit Braun Breaker with a BFT, and Seth Rollins comes out to distract. He comes out to distract LA Knight. And as he's distracting him, he turns around into a spear. He turns around into or actually, I think he was on the outside of the ring and he got speared because Braun ran around the whole ring, speared him. He then puts him in the ring, hits the ropes a couple times, spears him again for the victory. So Braun Breaker packs up LA Knight. What do you know? And afterwards, the Vision attack. Yeah, no fucking way. The Vision attack is how Monday Night Raw ends every week. The Vision attack.
Death Riders.
Yeah, no, legit, bro. The Vision attack LA Knight. Jey Uso then comes out for the save, but Jey Uso gets taken out by the Vision. CM Punk then comes out for the save as the crowd was singing Cult of Personality well after it cut off, so I actually like that a lot. The Vision retreat. CM Punk and LA Knight started fighting. They started pushing each other. Braun goes to jump in the ring as they were fighting, and Rollins holds Braun Breaker back, and he says, look, watch. They're doing the work for us. I like that aspect a lot. I like I mentioned earlier, I like the dialogue between Rollins and the Vision. But Punk Punk and LA Knight continue to fight, and LA Knight gets pushed into Jey Uso. And it happens one more time before Jey Uso kicks LA Knight to stop that fight between Punk and LA. And then Punk and Jey were standing next to each other. And if you remember earlier in the night, Roman Reigns told Jey Uso to not trust CM Punk, and Jey keeping his guard up because CM Punk's actions have not been the most trustworthy. If he's LA Knight is a guy he's saying he's trying to work with and trying to get on the same page with, and that's what he's doing to him. So, Jey Uso took Roman Reigns' advice into consideration and super kicked CM Punk for his own to keep his own guard up. So you could see the implications on what Roman Reigns told Jey Uso in the main event of that show. I like that. More babyface fighting. Again, at this point, I don't know why they're not just all acknowledging that they don't want to be on the same page with each other. I don't understand why. I just don't understand why you have CM Punk saying, he's trying to make sure they all have a fair shot to clash in Paris, yet anytime him and LA Knight are around each other, they start fighting. Just for CM Punk to ultimately say, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about LA Knight or whatever the case is, or he's a clumsy idiot or whatever he had to say. But that was the ending to Monday Night Raw. It was nice to see Jey Uso serious, and it was nice to, I'm not going to lie, I kind of fully expected Jey Uso to kind of just, be buddy-buddy with CM Punk per usual, but I actually liked the implications on what Roman Reigns told him, and him actually listening to it. So, yeah.
Exactly, man. Exactly, because the fucking man said he was gonna paint, Clash in his blood, on Sunday if he. So if I was Jay, I because at the end of the day, Roman is right. You can't trust Punk, especially Punk is making his own case not very well, man. So overall, I like what they did with Jay at the end of the show. I don't love, I still how they make Punk look, how they make LA look. And although I like the moment between Seth and Bronson of, look, they're doing it for us, with the infighting. It made the sense, right. But man, that made the baby faces look even dumber, man. But overall, I like the direction they're taking Jay, and I hope at Clash, obviously, I think Seth is gonna walk out of Clash as champion, but
Yeah.
I hope some stuff happens between Punk and Jay in that match for Jay to lock in even further and not see him. And I hope they do that. But overall, I like the Jay stuff at the end of the show, man. But other than that, it was just normal, raw Seth Ryder's baby faces brawl to end the show.
Yeah. So, typical, very, very typical ending to Monday Night Raw. Obviously, minus the Jay stuff. It is your main event that ends because of either Vision disqualification or Vision distraction, Vision beatdown, and either they win or they retreat. It's damn near guaranteed at this point, bro. This is like the new version of like a couple years ago when every fucking Monday Night Raw ended with a Judgment Day multi-man tag, and it was like Finn,
Yep.
JD, and Damian Priest versus baby faces, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso. So it's, man, it is it can be very repetitive, man. But that was everything for Monday Night Raw, and that was everything for this edition of NHP Unscripted, man. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today on this edition of Unscripted. Thank you guys, as always, as that will do it for this edition of Unscripted. And yeah, so that's everything, man. That is everything. So,
Most definitely.
with that being said, it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny.
And I, Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of NHP Unscripted. Thank you guys so very much, everybody in the live chat, and my guys a part of the Replay Mafia. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today for episode 262 of Unscripted. And thank you guys, as always. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you all on Friday with the news and the Clash in Paris 2025 predictions.
Peace.